Hello everyone, welcome to Computer Science and IT Gate Coaching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the instant notification of my free lecture. Hello everyone, welcome to Computer Science and IT Gate Coaching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the instant notification of my free lecture. Now let's start. Now we are going to start searching algorithm. Now anyone first tell me what is searching algorithm? What is searching algorithm? So in computer science, right? In computer science, I'm even going to provide you a very good notes. Okay, in computer, I have prepared a very good notes for you people. In computer science, a search algorithm, a search algorithm, search algorithm. So you can write with me is an algorithm, is an algorithm. Point one you can give and you can write is an algorithm, is an algorithm that retrieves. And even we are going to see many modification of the search algorithm. Okay, is an algorithm that retrieves information information stored stored within a within some data structure. So it, you know that we use data structure to store some data and information. So the, in computer science, a search is an algorithm. It is an algorithm that retrieves information stored in some data structure. So it is going to retrieve some information stored in some data structure. So data structure can be like array, linked list, anything. So even in gate exam they will ask you whether that algorithm can you apply in linked list, can you apply in array. So this kind of questions they have asked. Okay, so data structure can include linked list, it include linked lists, array, arrays, search trees, hash table also, because you know that in hashing we are just doing searching only, and there why we are taking only constant time only. Okay, you know that in hashing, to search an element it take big of one time. Hash table, yeah, good evening Abhishek. Or various other various other storage method, various other storage. So if you're done with the writing, then you can let me know. I prepared a very good notes for you people. Okay, now see third part, searching. Searching also, so you are even doing the searching in your database where SQL command. Okay, so searching also encompasses algorithms. So wherever you are using search in the real time, you are using search that query database, that query the database in the database you are using the search, such as the SQL select command, such as the SQL select command. Okay, that there you are using the search. Now we will start linear search. So in our gate syllabus we are having a two type of search. One is linear search, another is binary search. Okay, now see linear search. So even linear search is also called as sequential search. So linear search is also called as sequential search. So we have even seen the real time use of search. It is used in your database. Okay, even called as sequential search. Okay, so please write it fast. Linear search or sequential search or sequential search sequential search is a method for finding is a method for finding a target value. The method for finding a target value within a with in a list within a list. Okay, within a list. Now, how it works. So it sequentially it sequentially checks each element. So because of that only its name is sequential search also, because it's sequence by sequence is going to search. It sequentially checks each element each element of the list. It sequentially check each element of the list for the target value for the target value until a match until a match is found until a match is found or until all the elements all the elements have been have been searched. So it sequentially, this is a point where it sequentially check each element of the list. It is going to check each element of the list for the target value. So if I will give you some value that this is a target value, you need to search whether this element is there or not. So you need to search sequentially each element until a match is found. Okay, until if you got the match, done. If you are not, or until all elements have been searched. So when you get that element, your search is complete, or when your list is completed, then the search is complete. Okay, understood? Are you done with the writing? Now important, this is very important. This search we can apply in both array as well as linked list. It works on both, and even in sorted as well as unsorted. So it works on both sorted and unsorted data structure, and unsorted data structure, unsorted data, or only data structure. Okay, so it works on both sorted and unsorted data. Even if someone will give you an sorted data, then also you can apply linear search, or if they will not give you, if they will give you unsorted, then also you can apply. Okay, and in gate exam sometimes they will use sequential search, so don't get confused whenever they are using sequential search also. Okay, now what is the problem statement? So now after that we are going to see the implementation. So the problem statement is that given a list L of n element. So this is the problem statement. N elements with value or records L0, L1, L2 like this till Ln minus 1, and the target value the, the following the following subroutine the following subroutine uses linear search linear search linear search to find the index of the target T in L. So you are having a list L of n element with value or records, whether it is going to have some value or some record. It may have the values will from L0, L1, L2 till Ln minus 1. Okay, so it's having till 0 to n minus 1. That's why total n element. And target value is T. So that you are going to search T. The following subroutine means the functions. Okay, subroutine use linear search, or you can say that some part of the program uses linear search to find the index of the target T in L. So here you are going to find the index where that target element T is present. You have to find the index of the target element. Okay, so now I will give you the algorithm of that. Is it done? Now see, basic algorithm. What is the basic algorithm? So now we will see the algorithm. See, algorithm you can write in English, you can write the code. Okay, so algorithm doesn't mean that always you need to write a code. Okay, so you write. So first algorithm is saying that set I equal to I equal to 0. So you set I equal to 0 and search every element till n minus 1, or whenever you are getting that element, return the index of that. So how I will do? This is step 1. Now step 2 saying if li means the list, in list that ith element if is equal to t, means we find the element successfully. The search terminate, then the search terminate, then the search terminates successfully and return the index of I. So this is the algorithm. Okay, terminate successfully. So we'll also see previous year gate questions. After that, some questions we'll see successfully and return I. We are going to return I, that the index, that ith index we got t. Now increment I. Okay, increase I by 1. So if you got it, the search, that search is going to be terminate and return I. If you not get, then you increase I by 1. Okay, then you increase I by 1. Then again go in step 2, again search. If that element is not equal to 1, then again increment I by 1. Again go, again increment, again go to step 2, again increment. So if I is smaller than n, okay, if I is smaller than n, then perform the step 2. Go to step 2, go to step 2. Otherwise, see, because if you will get the list, that element in the list, so the search will terminate successfully and return I. You will return I. You will not go to the step 3. So if I is not equal to t, you will go to step 3. So I you will increment by 1. So if I is smaller than n, if the number of that I you are searching, you haven't searched the all the element. So if I is smaller than n, then you will again go to the step 2. You will again go to the step 2. Okay, otherwise the search terminates. So if I is smaller than n, go to step 2. Otherwise the means that I value now is greater than n, but you haven't find that element, it means that list, that element is not in the list. Am I clear? Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Otherwise the search terminates unsuccessfully. Otherwise the search terminates unsuccessfully. Please let me know whether it is clear or not, and if you are done with the writing, you can let me know. Now we will see the implementation. This is the algorithm. Now we will see the implementation, how to implement in array, then how to implement in linked list. Okay. Now after that, we are going to see the implementation. So our algorithm is saying that you start from 0. Now check whether list of 0 element is equal to t. If it is, you got that element, then return that index. Return that index. If that element is not in the list, means that li that l0 is not equal to 2, then increment I by 1. Then again go step 2 and check whether I2 is equal to t or not. Like keep on increasing the value of 1 and check. So till what point you are going to increase the value of I? Till it is smaller than n. Okay, otherwise the search terminates unsuccessfully. Right. Now we will see the implementation. Okay, so how to write the code. Now we will see the implementation, then time complexity and space complexity we are going to see. Implementation of linear search. Implementation of linear search algorithm in array. So how we can implement in array? In array. Then also we will see in linked list. Okay. So this that linear search we can implement in both in that linear search in both array as well in linked list, even in sorted list or even as in unsorted list. Okay, so this linear search we can apply in anywhere. Okay, So it is saying that int, the function is linear search. Now int array, star array. So that I am using as a pointer. It is an array. Now int size. So I am using size as n. So that now if so you for I equal to int I equal to 0, I is smaller than n, I plus plus. I am doing incrementing the I always step 1. Okay. Now if array of I is equal to, so target element I have not taken, so which element we need to check, that element I have not taken, so that also it will send there. I am having a space here or not. Hmm. So int t, this is the target element, is it visible now? So int t, it is here int t target element. Okay, this is the target element, or you can say the value which I need to check. So if it is equal to t means we got it, return index I. So return I, otherwise again go to for loop, again increment, again check. See, I equal to 0, then I is smaller, yeah, it's small, then if array of I equal, so that should be equal to t. So if the condition true, it will go inside, otherwise again here increment I by 1. So then I will be 1, 1 is smaller than, yes, then again check, then again 2, 2 is smaller than n, like this it will keep on performing. If you are not getting that element, if that index is not, means after that you haven't searched that element, this condition never gets satisfied, then return -1, then return -1, that is indicating that that element is not in your list. Am I clear the implementation? Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Now see time complexity. So approach one is just by using, just by seeing the equation. It is a iterative function. It is a iterative function. See, it is a iterative function. You can say that. So what is the best case and worst case and average case? Please tell me what is the worst case and average case, best case, worst case, and average case. You people first let me know. First you people tell, because I have taught you how to find the time complexity. Best case, worst case, average case. In the first go only you find the element, means a array of 0 you got the element, so number of iteration is 1, so it is going to take constant time. So when it is best case, when number of iteration is equal to 1, in first go only you got the element is equal to 1, you got omega 1. Now worst case means you have searched, you have executed the loop for loop till n minus 1 time, but you haven't got the element, or at last you got the element. So number of iteration will be, you are going to start from 0 to n minus 1, that you are going to do till n iteration. So you are going to get big O of n, worst case. And in average case, in middle you got, okay, like n by 2. So n by 2, okay, so average case is going to be n by 2, that is going to be equal to big O of n. Understood? Now this is approach one, by seeing the equation only, by seeing the equation, by seeing the program, we have got the. Now what is going to be the space complexity? What is going to be the space complexity? Try and let me know what is going to be the space complexity. Now approach 2 by using recurrence. Now by using recurrence, because in GATE exam they asked what is the recurrence equation of your linear search, of your binary search. Okay, so what is going to be the recurrence equation? If you see, space complexity, space complexity is going to your constant only. Space complexity is going to your constant. Yeah, Himan. See why it is going to take constant. See, this is, we are not declaring here. It is the means what is going to see. There are two type of space complexity in GATE exam. Space complexity are of two types. Okay, space complexity are of two type. So in GATE exam, what they ask, one is total space that you require, total space of the program, and another is extra space, extra space that you require, that that is required for a function, that is required for a function, for a function. And in any competitive exam like in GATE, they ask space complexity means extra space that is required for a function. Okay, extra space. Like if you will say, if you will consider the size of the array also, then it is not going to your space complexity. Why? Because this is already they have given this function, to this function they have given this function is not declaring anything. Whatever in that inside, whatever in that you are declaring anything, that you are going to consider. But here you are not doing, here you are just doing int I, means 4 byte. That's all. That array they have provided. So if I will ask you what is the time, the space complexity of main program, then you will consider the size of that. Okay. Yeah, correct, Rathod. So space complexity is going to your big of 1. See, this is very important because this is a common mistake student do. They consider even the size of the array. But in GATE exam, we should not consider. Okay, because that is going to be the total space. What that linear search, that is the linear search. Is the parameter that we got from the main, that we are not going to consider. Okay, so that only this inside only we are going to consider, and here we are having only constant. So now the approach to, even Sheikh has given, Amina has given very good. Amina is doing very well. So some people in this class are performing very good. So even Rathor, Himansu, Abhishek, all you people are doing very good. Abhishek is very regular, Himansu is regular. So very good. Please keep on doing like this. I believe that you people get very good rank. Okay. Now approach 2 by using recurrence relation. By using recurrence relation. Because in GATE exam, they will ask you what is the recurrence relation of the, yeah, very good Abhishek. Abhina, you please connect with me in the social media. Okay. So what is going to be a recurrence relation? Recurrence relation is saying that if the size of the program is n, then it is first doing, if the size, if the input is greater than 1, greater than 1. If it is size of is 1 only, then you are doing only one comparison, done. Otherwise, it will do comparison, then again to the n minus 1 element, it is going to do the search. See, this way only we are doing. First we are doing this element, we are searching the element. If we got, then fine. Otherwise, we will again go to the n minus element here. Again, first element we choose, again n minus 1 element. Again, first element we choose, again n minus 1 element. So the recurrence relation is saying that 1 plus tn minus 1. So we have solved this many number of times, this kind of recurrence relationship. Now I am not going to solve. Okay. So if you solve this, you are going to get, what is the time complexity. So we can get, t of n is going to your big O of n. Okay. So this is the recurrence relation for, it is important because in GATE exam they ask what is the recurrence relation for a linear search. Okay. So this is the recurrence relation. And even in data structure there is tower of Hanoi. Okay, so for tower of Hanoi also in GATE exam they ask, they have asked that what is the recurrence relation for tower of Hanoi. Okay, so they can ask recurrence relation for any program because recurrence relation is in syllabus. So when your data structure, or when I will teach you data structure, I don't know whether I'm going to teach or not. So those who were just like ma'am is teaching data structure. So when ma'am will teach tower of Hanoi and anywhere you got, you try to find the recurrence relation of that also. Okay, because in GATE they ask the recurrence relation also. Now we will implement the linear search in linked list. Now we are going to implement the linear search in linked list. Okay. Implementation of linear search in linked list, because we can apply this in both. array as well as in linked list, and even in any kind of data, whether it is sorted or unsorted, in linked list, in linked lists. So implementation of linear search in linked list. So how to implement? Yeah, Meena, correct. This is the recurrence relation for your that one for Tower of Hanoi. Very good, very good, very good. So that is your gate previous year question. Okay, I have not taken that one because Tower of Hanoi I haven't taught here, because Tower of Hanoi is the part of your data structure. Okay, so now see struct node star. So this is the return type of that. It is a structure type, pointer of structure not node type. Okay, linear search. Now this is the name of the function, linear search. Only linear I am writing because I will not get space here. Linear search, linear only. You can write. Let me write linear search. So it will take parameter as head. The head is going to point the first element, the starting point of the structure. Sorry, that node. Okay, and the target which you are going to search in target. Understood? So they are going to provide you two things. One is head to linear search, the starting address of the node, and the target element that you need to search. Now you need to check one thing. See, this is the common mistake a student do. They never check whether head is null or not. In GATE exam, they've even asked these questions. So you have to check whether head is null or not. Means if they have given you head, or if when you have created by using malloc, if you have created any function, means any node you have created, and if in the memory if you are not having space, then malloc is going to return null. Then malloc is going to return null. Okay, so you have to check whether the successful memory allocation is done or not. Okay, so this kind of questions even asked in your GATE exam. Okay, so we need to always check for a pointer whether it is having the memory location or not. So we need to check whether head is equal to null or not. So this is the case. If head not equal to, if head not equal to null, then only we will proceed. So directly we can write like if head. So if you'll write like this statement both is equivalent. Okay, this two is equivalent, because if head is not equal to null, then only its condition will proceed. Okay, understood? So if head means like this head, if head, so you can write for your understanding, if head not equal to null. Okay, if not equal to null. If not null, then only it will go for non-zero value. Okay, if zero, then false, because in C, zero we consider as false and one as a true. Non-zero as a true. Okay, non-zero as a true. Non-zero value are considered as true. Understood? Now this while. So I am using head only. So you can even take some other variable and you can store that. Okay, so let me, this is not a good way, so I should use some temp variable. We should not change the, so I'm using, because for checking I need to go to every node. So I'm using one temp that is going to store head. In my, what I did, in my notebook, what I did, I just changing the head. Okay, but for your understanding I'm not doing these things, otherwise you get messed up. See, you should not change the head pointer. Head pointer is always going to point to the starting of the node. So that's why I used some, so that is type of struct node star. So the type of that is struct node star, right? I'm declaring another variable of type the node star temp that is going to have head. Okay, so the address of head I have now in temp. Okay, now I will check. Okay, while temp means while temp not equal to null. Okay, so if temp is temp data part is equal to, so see this in data structure, in linked list we are having, in a node we are having data part and the next part. Okay, this is going to have the address and this is going to have the value. Okay, so if temp data is equal to target, means you in the first, go only you got that element, then return the address of that, then return temp. If you haven't got, like the you go to, then you go to the next, then you go to the next. So temp was first pointing here, now go to temp equal to temp next, this is the next, so now point temp here. So if this is not true, then you point your temp to the next node, point your temp to the next node. So how we can do? So temp next, so temp next, I will store temp next value into temp. Am I clear? So like this it will check for the element, whenever it will get, it will return temp. Now if they haven't got that, if they haven't got, please let me know whether it is clear or not, or even it is called as half interval search or logarithm search. Okay, so right binary search, binary search binary search can only be, see this is important, binary search can only be applied in array, and this is your get previous year question, get previous year question, get previous year question. So binary search only be applied can only be applied in array, in array only we can apply, in array, and array may be, and every an array, and also the array must be sorted, and the array must be sorted either ascending, either ascending or descending. So the array must be sorted either in ascending order or in descending order. So you can apply array in, sorry, binary search only in array, you can't apply binary search in linked list. So this is your get previous year. Okay, and even an array must be sorted either ascending or descending. Understood? So is it fine now? So binary search, binary search also, now why its name is half interval and why its name is logarithm search, that I will give you. Half interval search, why I am saying, because here we are going to we are going to always decrease the size, reduce the size of the array or the data structure into half. Okay, always we are going to reduce the size. Now also known as, so let me first write, also known as half interval. Yeah, correct, Rathore. So binary search is also known as half interval search, or logarithm search, or logarithmic search. So what it means is a search algorithm, is a search algorithm that finds that finds the position that finds the position of a target value, Please let me know if you're done with the writing. Please let me know if you're done with the writing. So target value, Mina is saying done. Target value within a within a sorted array. Within a sorted array. In sorted array, it is going to do. It does not work on unsorted array. It does not work on unsorted. It does not work on unsorted array. It does not work on unsorted array. So what it is doing, what is going to do at at every step, at every step, the size of the the size of the array, at every step, the size of the array get decreased by, get decreased by, get decreased by half, get decreased by half. That's why, that's why it is called as, that's why it is called as half interval, half interval search, half interval search, and its time complexity is, and its time complexity is. So there are many modification of linear search, that binary search. Okay, many modification is there, and its time complexity is big O of log n, and its time complexity is big O of log n. That's why where n is the size of the array, right? Where n is the number of element, number of number of input in array. Where n is the number of input in array. That's why it is called as. That's why it is called as. So if you're done with the writing, then you can let me know. So it is called as. That's why it is called as logarithmic search. That's why it is called as logarithmic. Okay. So how now we will see how it works. How it works. Right. Binary search works on sorted array, on sorted array. It begin it begins it begins by comparing the middle element. It begins by middle comparing the middle element of the the array array with target value, with target value. How it works? Binary search work on sorted array. It's going to work on sorted array. It begins by comparing the middle element of the array. So it will compare with the middle element of the array with target value. With target value, it will compare with the middle element of the array. Okay. So after that, it is going to do, if target value target value matches, if target value matches the middle element, target value matches the middle element middle element, its position, its position in the array is written, is returned. So if the target value matches, if the target value matches the middle element, if after comparing the middle element, if that target value is going to match with the middle element, then its position in the array is going to returned. Okay, so that middle element position is going to be returned. Am I clear? Is it done? Are you done with the writing? Now, if your target, if your middle element is not going to match with the target value, okay, that you are searching, if that is not equal to, if your target value is not equal to middle element, then what will happen? That will see in step 3. Is it done? Please let me know. Are you done with the writing? Now see point 3. If the target, if the target, if the target value is less than the middle element, if the target value is less than the middle value, if the target element is less than the middle element, then if the target value with which we need to search is less than the middle element, if it is less than the middle element, then we'll continue the search in the left half of the array. Means the element which you are going to search, like if the middle element is 5 and the target element is 3, so it will be in the left only. If the array is sorted in ascending order, then okay, the array is sorted in ascending order, then we need to go in the left half. Okay, if the, so this is in ascending order. If in ascending order, in ascending order we are going to do, in descending order we will go, will do. Now you start problem statement, right? After that I'm going to teach you one algorithm that is very important. What is the problem statement in binary search? So given an array, and we have seen that binary search we can apply only in sorted array, okay, not in unsorted array, and even only we can apply in which data structure? Tell me. Array only. Okay, so given an array A of n elements, of n elements, given an array of n elements with 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 values or records a0, so they are giving the date. Given an array A of n elements with values or records A0, then A1 like till A n minus 1. Okay. So sorted, there is no electricity. That's the problem. Also seeing clear, sir. Sorted such that A of 0 is smaller than equal to A of 1, smaller than equal to A of 2, like this, till A n minus 1. Okay. Given an array A of n elements with values or records, so the values and records are going to A0, A1 till AN minus 1. Okay, sorted such that this is smaller than like this, and target value T, and target value that you are going to search is V, target value T. The following subroutine, following subroutine uses binary search. The following subroutine uses binary search, find find the index, to find the index T in A. So by using the binary search, we are going to find the index of T in A. Okay, so if you're done with the writing, then you can let me know. Now see how we will do the algorithm, how algorithm will work. This is the algorithm. Okay. So you said L equal to 0, set L to 0, means L represent left and R represent right. right index to n minus 1. Now, if left is greater, means after doing execution you found that left gone greater than right, it means the search terminates the search terminates as unsuccessful as unsuccessful. Okay. So if left index is greater than right, okay, then it is unsuccessful, because if your left is pointing to right hand side like this, and right is here, so it means in between these two there is no element. Okay, means something, some mistake has happened. That's why left is pointing beyond right. Okay, now see third point. Set aim equal to, aim is the index of the middle position, the position of position of the middle element, the position of the middle element to the floor. So aim is the position of the middle element. Set aim to floor of L plus R by 2. That is aim equal to L plus R by 2 floor. Okay. Now fourth point. If the target element is equal to the index of the element that is present at the middle, so the in aim you got that the middle index element is the target value. So the search is done. So if this is the case, then search is done. Return aim. So you got the element, return aim. Okay, then return aim. Now point 5. If target value is greater than the element that is present in the middle, means now you have to search in the right hand side. So so left index will become set L to m plus 1 and go to step step. If you're done with the writing, let me know. I will go to the next slide. So what we are doing here we are setting first left index is equal to 0, left index, okay, and right index to be n minus 1. So if left index is greater than right index, it means the search is unsuccessful, because they are saying that this is an array and the left is this and right is this. It's first pointing the left index, leftmost and rightmost. But if sometimes after the execution or in the meanwhile you got that left gone beyond the right, it means there is no element between left and right. So the search is unsuccessful. So if this is the case, then search will terminate. You will terminate the search and you will say it is unsuccessful. And next time, what you will do, you are always finding the middle of that middle element. Like if this is an array, you are finding the middle element. Now with that middle element that we are calling AM, if that element is equal to target, means you got that value, that target, so you will going to return the index M. You will going to return index M. Now if that target value is greater than a to that middle element, means now you are going to search that element here, because it is already in sorted in increasing order. If the target element is greater than this, means it may be possible that the element should be in right hand side. So left index will be now this, that is M plus 1. Left index will be M plus 1 and right will be as it is. Now if target is smaller than it, M, means that this middle element is greater. It means the target element should be in the left hand side. So left will be as it is, whatever will be the left, but right will be M minus 1, because right now going to be here. Right now going to be here. Am I clear? Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. If you are having doubt, please let me know. So till fifth point we have I have written if target is greater than the middle element. Now if target is smaller than, if you are having doubt, please let me know. Target is smaller than middle element, then set right index to a minus 1 and then again do the same thing. Go to step 2. Go to step 2. To step. Okay. Imam is saying clear, sir. Yeah. Mina is saying clear. Imam is saying clear. So very good. Now we will see the implementation. Okay. Now we will see the implementation. So after setting the right element, again we are going to step 2. So step 2 is again this. Again this. We are checking whether left index is greater than right. Then the search terminate unsuccessfully. Means you haven't got it. Again you find the mid element between this. Again you find the mid element between this. Latest this. So again check. Okay. Now again check like this. Okay. Now see the implementation. Now implementation. So algorithm you have seen. Now we are going to see the implementation. Implementation of binary search. Now tell me what is the another name of binary search? I have in previous lecture I have shown you what is the another name of uh, binary search. I have given you three names of binary search. In GATE exam they can use any name. Tell me what are the other another name of binary search? क्या क्या नाम है binary search का? Int binary search. Int binary search. Int array. This is the array. Int left index. Left index. And it is having int right index. Understood? Right index. That we will this function will call by giving the array left index, right index, and the target value that you are going to search. The target value that you are going to search. First, you need to find the mid element. So, how you can find the mid element? So, even see in step two, what it is saying? Step 2, you have to check whether till the time left is smaller than right, you will execute the loop or that step 3, step 4. If whenever left will be greater than right, then you will go out of the loop. Okay, so I will check while left index left index should be smaller than equal to right index. Should be smaller than equal to right index. Should be smaller than. Okay. Now the middle index is going to your. So you can do plus of these two, left index and right index, then you can divide by 2. This is one way. And the another way, yeah, Bhaskar is correct. Another way is you first write low index plus see the difference between right index minus left index and divide by 2. Okay. So by this you are going to get the middle element. So either this or directly just by left plus right by 2. Okay, both are same. Left index to the left index you are finding the difference between right and left, then you are dividing by 2, you will get the middle of the middle index. Okay, now you will check if array of that middle if array of that middle index is equal to your target value. If it is equal to target value means you searched successfully and you will return n. So if this is the case, then return m index. M index. Now else if will check whether else if I will check whether array m index if it is smaller than, or let's take if it is smaller than the target means target value is greater. target value is greater than, means you are going to get right hand side. If you will go to the right hand side, you have to make left index as m plus 1. See, if the target value is greater than the middle element, okay, means you are going to search in the right hand side. So your left will be now m plus 1. If you're done with the writing, then please let me know. I will go to the next slide. If anyone will face any difficulties in any of these steps, you please let me know. I will clear it. Okay. So this binary search is having an array, left index, right index, and the target value. So this I have used to find, to denote that the what is the middle index. Now till the time left index is smaller than equal to right index, we will execute the loop. So we are finding the middle index. Okay. Now we are checking whether the array of that middle index is it equal to target. If it is equal to target, then return the mid index. Now, if the target value is greater, if the target value means, you can say that the target value is greater than the array mid. The target value is greater. Like this, you can write like this or this. Okay. So if target is greater, okay, means in the right hand side you need to go. So now left will be now m plus 1, because no need to search from the beginning. Previously left was from here to here. Now you are going to search still only in the right hand side, because the target element is greater. So left will be now this. So it is middle plus 1. So it will go here. You will write left index. Left index is equal to middle index plus 1. Else the target element is smaller. Else the target element is smaller than middle. Then right index will become m middle index minus 1. Am I clear? Middle index minus 1. So this is the close of while loop. Now if you are, if here, if it is successful, then you are going to return middle index. Otherwise, the condition will be false when left index will go greater than right index. So whenever the search is unsuccessful, I am returning minus 1. I will return minus 1. That is indicating that search is unsuccessful. Then here the closing parenthesis of the function. Okay. So if it is, the target value is greater, if target value is greater, see, if the target value is greater, then you have to search at the right hand side. That's why you make left index and middle index plus 1. Else means the target value is smaller than the, yes, the target value is smaller. If it is middle, then target value is somewhere here, somewhere here. Okay, means the right index should be minus m index minus 1, because you have to search here only. Here. Okay, so here we are dividing the bigger problem, the array, into two halves. Always in halves. And in either in first half we are doing the search, or in second half. Okay. Am I clear? Anyone having any doubt, then please let me know. Anyone having any doubt, then please let me know. If you are having doubt, then please let me know. Now we will see the recurrence relation, then time complexity. Mean I saying clear? So every times we are dividing the array into into half. Okay. So if the size of the array is n, then we are dividing this array into two array of n by 2 sides. N by 2 sides. Okay. So what is going to be the recurrence relation? What is going to be the recurrence relation for this? Because recurrence relation is important. In GATE exam they ask what is going to be what is the recurrence relation for for your binary search. What is going to be the recurrence relation? If it is T of n, if the time complexity of a program of the array is having n, then it is dividing it into 2 n by 2. See, it is dividing that problem into 2 n by 2. One n by 2 here left side, another n by 2. Okay, means dividing into two sub problems of n by 2. Okay, but we are dividing it into this. See, Bhaskar, there is one mistake. We are dividing it into, there is a one big array, and we are dividing into two half, n by 2 and n by 2. But we are doing the search either in the left or in the right. We will either go left or right. I am not going to search doing the search on both sides. I am not going to search the element both in left as well as in right. That's why I am checking with the target. That's why I'm checking with the target. So if the size of the problem is n, then I will again reduce into n by 2. There only we are either left n by 2 size or right n by 2. I am not going to add this. Okay, because that, for only one side it will incur the time complexity. Am I clear, Bhaskar? Am I clear? Always it is dividing that into t. If the time complexity of an array of size n, then it will divide into n by 2. Because only in either in first half or in the second half we are going to perform, not in both. That's why it is only one t n by 2 plus 1. If n is greater than 1. Okay, means if the number of element is more than 1. Now if it is having only one element, if it is having only one element, now see I am saying that if you are having the size is, if it is greater than 1, then you are dividing that array of n into tn by 2. So if n is equal to 1, then time complexity is going to be 1. Only constant time, only one element we are going to. So if you solve this recurrence equation, we have solved this by using master theorem. Many times we have solved. What is going to be the time complexity of that? So time complexity is going to be, tell me what is going to be the time complexity of that if you solve this. Many times we have solved this kind of recurrence. Many times. Tell me. Amina is saying 1 for n minus 1. Yeah, correct, correct, correct. Correct, correct Himanshu, correct Abhishek. So it is going to be big of log n. So you can solve this by using master theorem, by using master theorem, master's theorem, or back substitution. So either you can solve by this, by back substitution. You are going to get log. That's why we even called this binary search as logarithmic search also. Okay. So can I go to the next slide? Now tell me what is going to the average case. What is going to the average case time complexity of this algorithm? Average case, best case. What is going to the average case? So first case is going to your big of log n. Average case is also going to your big of log n, and and yeah, you can say theta also. And best case is going to your, means in first only the middle element is that. You can say big of 1, omega of 1. Now what is going to be the space complexity? What is going to be the space complexity? What is going to be the space complexity? You see the algorithm and try to give me that. Space complexity. The space complexity is going to be 1. Because if you see the algorithm, only for this you are either going to get 4 byte or n for array but not included. For this array, we are not going to give the, we are not going to consider the size of this array, because this function is not incurring that cost. This function is incurring only this. It is the parameter that the main function from which you are calling the binary search. It will incur that. Okay, understood now. So extra space you are going to get 4 byte. Because of that only it is going to be constant. Am I clear? Am I clear? So in GATE exam they have asked, can we apply binary search? This is your GATE previous year question. GATE previous year question. Now they are asking, can we apply binary search? Can we apply binary search on linked list? Can we apply binary search on linked list? Get previous year. Can we apply binary search? Can we apply binary search on linked list? Can we apply binary search on linked list? So we can't apply binary search in linked list. Okay, we can't apply binary search in linked list because how you can find the middle index if it is sorted? Then how you find the middle index? Yeah, no, because index is not there in linked list. You will not able to find which is the middle element, which is the after any list, which is again going to be the middle element. That will not able. So this is your get previous year question. So since no index is there,